What's up, nerds? All right, so I watched The Bad Batch episode 8. Now, I watched it on Wednesday, and I was going to do my review this video. But then I sat down and I was like, I just don't want to be negative. But I want to be honest. And me being honest, this episode was just filler. It didn't add to the story very much. I mean, yeah, we saw Fennec Shand, which was cool. I liked Fennec Shand. I don't think that this episode elevated her character in any way, shape, or form. But I'm trying to be more, not positive, because this episode was not great, but just not overwhelmingly negative. So I'm just trying to be more, that's my whole thought on this. But again, this episode was just pure filler. There's no getting around that. So I'm going to break this sucker down, give you my thoughts, and then I'll review the whole episode at the end. All right, so I'm going to stop yapping now and get into this breakdown. Here we go. On Pabu, Omega is anxious. She wants to help Rex and Echo with their missions to save their clone brothers, but since she is a big target for the Empire, they all agree she needs to lay low. Okay, so they're on Pabu. First off, I hate Pabu. I don't like this planet. I think it's just because that season 2, that tidal wave episode, just completely turned me off to this whole freaking little island city that they got on. But it's fine. And Omega is like, I really do not like Omega as a character. Like, I do not like her. I find her annoying. I find her obnoxious. I mean, she's got the answer for everything. She wants to be up in your face about everything. And it's just like, yo, little girl, you need to get up out my face. But she's the key to everything. And I'm all like, I don't care. But she wants to help out and everything. And they're all like, yo, you are on the most wanted list. Maybe you should take a back seat and let us do stuff because you're more recognizable than we are. And so she stays behind. Fee sends a transmission. She has been asking around about what M count means and has learned that Class 1 bounty hunters have been retrieving M count targets for the Empire for a while now. She doesn't know why, but suggests they talk to one of those bounty hunters. Omega has an idea, Fennec Shand, and Hunter begrudgingly agrees and Fee offers to find her. So Fee shows up for a hot second, and she's like, all like, hey, I'll find this bounty hunter Fennec Shand for you. The M count, by the way, I really do think the M count thing is just midichlorians. That's what I think. It's just the midichlorians, but we'll see. Now, I wish we also would have got some more bounty hunters, because when it comes to the Star Wars universe, bounty hunters are my favorite. Before the Boba Fett TV series, the live action one, Boba Fett was my favorite character of all time. Like, I loved Boba Fett. Now I'm just so turned off to Star Wars that I'm just like, I don't even care. But seeing Fennec Shand was great. I really like this character. I think this was a great addition to the Star Wars universe. So seeing this character again was good. It's just she didn't come across very, like, I don't know, competent, because she just had everybody else doing her work for her. Hunter and Wrecker leave to meet with Fennec. Hunter wants Omega to convince Crossfire to have his hand examined by Az. So Crosshair is dealing with some trauma and everything, but as the little robot does his exam on him, and he can't find anything physical, so it's all mental. So he's gonna have to deal with his trauma, and I mean, it's true, but at the same time, I mean, we've seen this trope over and over again, so I'm kind of like over it just a little bit. Fennec is sitting in a cantina listening to a desperate Rodanian trying to make a deal with her, and Hunter and Wrecker show up, so she dismisses the Rodanian and tells them to sit down. So this part was the only part of the episode that just seemed really weird, because she told the Rodanian not to leave, and then all of a sudden she's like, all right, you can go. And I'm all like, huh, what's going on here? What a female, am I right, guys? So she tells them to him to go. She has not taken a job to hunt down an M count target, but knows someone who has. If they want her to arrange a meeting for them, then they have to work for her and help her capture a tricky bounty. So she gets them to work for her to find this praying mantis looking bounty hunter, who I didn't think was very cool looking, but I'm like, whatever. And he's never been taken down before, so they're gonna work for her. Back on Pabu, Az tells Crossfire his hand may never heal 100%, but also thinks some of his issues could be a form of mental block due to the abuse he suffered. Az thinks if Crosshair opens up about the experiments and the trauma, he might help, but Crossfire refuses. So again, he wants him to work on his trauma. And I mean, I guess this is good, but at the same time, I'm just like, we've seen this a million times before. On Finnick's ship, she tells them they are going after Salar Saris, aka the Slayer of Ordu Eris. This praying mantis looking villain took out all the top bosses for the Haxian brood. So she tells him about this Salar guy, and if you remember, but Ordo Iris, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was that is not he. He was that was an asteroid space station, and it was like a stronghold for the Haxian Brood Syndicate, and that appeared in Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order, and a member of the Haxian brood kidnapped Cal Kestis due to his partner's large gambling debt, and so that's just a little trivia on that. Unlike almost every other planet in Star Wars, the one Salar is hiding out on requires them to wear masks or be killed by the air. Pit droids meet Finnick and the others when they land and set them up with a boat to traverse the swampy terrain. So they go to this swamp planet, which I thought I would like to see more swamp planets in the Star Wars universe. It's like when we got Rogue One, when we got that like almost jungle / island planet, where they were getting the plans for the Death Star. That was nice. We got to see a beach planet instead of seeing, either snow, forest, or desert, which we mostly got that in Star Wars. So that was nice. And then, of course, we see the pit droids. Ever since episode 1, we're going to see them forever. They travel through the swamp, disarming explosive and clearing a path for Finnick to get to her bounty. A crocodile-looking creature attacks them. So they disarm all these mines, which was fine, but then they get attacked by crocodile creatures, and I was like, oh, that's so unoriginal. I'm like, why do you guys have to go to Earth creatures to attack them? I'm just like, just because it's a swamp doesn't mean alligators, you guys. Like, it would have been nice if they were just a little bit more inventive with their creature creations. On Pabu, Omega watches as Crossfire continues to train, trying to be encouraging. So again, back to Crosshair just not being able to get all his stuff, and she's all like, you got to deal with your trauma and everything, and I'm just like, okay, great. Hunter, Wrecker, and Finnick find Salar's hideout. Salar attacks them and runs aground. He tries to steal their boat, but Finnick is waiting for him. He attacks them all again, but the three of them are able to stun him enough to capture him. So they find this praying mantis bounty hunter guy, Salar, and they take him out and everything. Although they have to shoot him with the stun gun. They stun gunned his bun, but they had to do it like 40 times before he passed out. And I have to be honest, it was so like anticlimactic that I was just like, this is, and that's the thing. This was just filler. And I just go, why didn't you put 2 episodes out at once then if you're just going to throw in crappy filler? Back on Pabu, Omega has Crosshair trying meditation. She tells him she learned how to do this from the Wookiee Ganji on Kashyyyk. So Omega mentions Ganji from a previous episode in season 2, which was fine. It's always good to call back and everything. And they start meditating and everything. And as a member of the Transcendental Meditation, meditation can be helpful. It's really, really helpful. Finnick takes Wrecker and Hunter back to the Marauder. She tells them she will get them their information after she delivers Salar to her client. After they are gone, Finnick sends a message to someone. It seems like she is double-crossing Wrecker and Hunter. And that's the end of the episode. Now, do I think Finnick is double-crossing them? I don't know, but I'm not interested enough to care. Like I said before, I'm trying not to be negative, but I don't think that she did double cross them. But at the same time, I'm just like, this episode was just very not great. If I had to guess who she was contacting, I would guess, what was the name of Bosk? It's the lizard woman that was in season 1 and season 2. That was like their boss on that one planet and everything. I can't remember her name, but I'm throwing up a picture now. But I think that's who she contacted. So we'll see how this all works out and everything. I just don't know. And I said I wasn't. I was like, I'm not going to cover this show. I don't think I'm going to cover the show anymore. But I am going to finish out the season just because, I started it. I'm going to finish it. And but I'm going to try to be a little bit more positive. I can't think of the right word. But this episode was 100% filler. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But tell me, what did you guys think about this episode? Or do you agree with me and this was just filler and just very nonchalantly didn't need to happen? Or did you think this episode was great? And if so, I don't understand that, but that's fine, whatever, if that's your thing and everything. Yeah. All right, tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you on my next breakdown and review of The Bad Batch. You guys have a good week. Bye.